Right, okay. Today we'll be starting with this 2015 January paper. So, with this, the first question, it's coming under the indices. If you work out the indices anyway, we can use up the power of power theory for this. So it's power A, x to the power 6 to the power 1 over 3. You can write this is x to the power 6 times of 1 over 3. This is called the power of power theory. So it's turned up to x to the power 2. This is pretty simple. You can get the answer over here. When you come up with part B, root 2 x to the power 3 divided by this square root of this one. So you can say this is this part you can write square root of 32 divided by square root of x squared. If there's a division over here, we can write in that way. So this reduced into root 2 x to the power 3 divided by root 32. If you get root 32, you just choose a calculator and see whether you get the answer for root 2 divided by x squared square root, get squared and square root get cancels and turn up into 2. So it's turn up into x. So with that root 2 x to the power 3, then you can write it as a multiplication x over 4 root 2. Now you can cancel this root 2 with root 2 over here. With that you can write x to the power 3 into x to the power 1 is x to the power 4 over 4 would be your final answer. That's a way of doing this question. Then if you come up to the question number 2, right? This is actually regarding the trapezium rule. Yes. So over here, what you need to do is use trapezium rule to find these are the values already found, no need to finding them further. So you need to find, use the trapezium rule to find the answer for this. So this is a way of writing the perfect answer for this today. You can write integration from 2 to 4, 2 to 11, 12 over square root of x squared minus 2 is approximately equals to this. You have write this one as approximately because from the trapezium rule, you don't get the exact value. You get an approximate answer for that. You can write half width of a strip. Width of a strip would be the gap between the x coordinate. Remember that always sort of consider the gap between any of these coordinates because we make the gap in a way of getting the similarity between them. So therefore, you can use any of them. 5 minus 2 is 3 or you can write 8 minus 5, it doesn't matter. Into first y coordinate, it's this bit. 8.485 plus the last y coordinate 1.1. The first y coordinate and the last y coordinate plus 2 times of intermediate coordinates 2.502 plus 1.524. Then you can get this answer 3 over 2 is 1.5 times of 8.485 plus 1.1, no need of writing the end zeros, plus 2 times of open bracket 2.502 plus 1.524 close bracket close bracket. With that you get the answer 26.4555, right? They need the answer for 3 decimal points. Therefore, the answer is 26.456. Then, Pute, how do you verify whether our answer is correct, Pute? So you use your calculator and see whether this is just a rough idea how to do it. Do this integration into the calculator and see whether you get some kind of a value close to this, close to the figure where we obtain over here. 12 over square root of alpha x squared minus 2. So there, it takes sometimes a little bit of a time it takes for the, depends on the advancement of the calculator, this value. So it should be turned up to 22.307. Now, this is little bit of a doubtful. We will just recheck again with your answers. Half with the first strip is correct. First y coordinate is 485 plus 1.1 plus 2 times of 2.502, 1.524. This is not perfect. This is not exactly incorrect since it's approximation, but anyway, it's better to recheck again this answer. 1.5, I just check it again. 8.485 plus 1.1 plus 2 times of open bracket 2.502 plus 1.524 1.524. 524 close bracket, close bracket. Yeah, 26.455, so can't help. So that is the answer. Since it's a approximation, this answer is, that is the answer, right? Okay. Right. Then part B. Part B, use the answer in part A to estimate this figure. So you can see this is B, is the integration from 2 to 11, the same boundaries as before. 1 plus 6 over square root of x squared minus 2, right? This integration you can write 2 to 11, 1 plus integration of 2 to 11, 6 over integration of x squared minus 2. But the integration where it's available here is 12. Therefore, I just can do this integration over here. This is x from 11 to 2. Plus this part you can write half. What you can do here is, if I want to make this as 12, this is, you can see this is 6 and this is 12. That means this is the half of this answer. Half of the answer what you obtained for the previous part of it. That is a half of this bit of it. 26.456. How do you get it? Because here the value is 12 and this is the half of that, right? With this you can write, this is 9 plus 13.228. With this you can get this answer. 22.228 would be the final answer for this. If you come up with this question today, here it's a transformation of the graph. On a separate diagram, sketch the graph with y equals to 3fx. So here you can see the 3 is totally outside from the function, meaning defect for the y-axis. That means what you can see here with this, all the y coordinates are multiplied by 3. Therefore, you can see this axis of asymptote y equals to 3 turn up to y equals to 9. This point does not make an impact because the y coordinate here is 0. So therefore it's 2.50. It does not make any difference. This point 111 turn up to how much? 133. And 09 turn up to 0.27. 0.27. With this, you can just draw this graph. It's pretty simply just like, sorry, it should be traveled over here. 2.5, 0, like that. Then f minus x. F minus x means what happened here? In this graph, all the x coordinates are multiplied by minus 1. It's opposite operation, divide by minus 1. So anyway, you can divide all the x coordinates by minus 1. So you can see for y equals to 3 doesn't make any impact because it's not x. Right. 0, 9 also not influenced because 0 divided by minus 1 even, you get the same thing. 1 level turn up to how much? Minus 1 level. And 2.50 turn up to minus 2.5, 0. Sorry, that point comes to other side. I just made a mistake. It goes over here. Minus 2.5, 0. With this, you can see the graph goes, so 0, 9. When you are answering this question, you have to be a little bit vigilant on these points, the specific points over here. With this, you can write the answer like that. This is the way of getting the transformation of this graph. Right. When you come up to this kind of a question, find the first 4 terms of the ascending power of binomial expansion. So you can write, this is first 4 terms. So you can write 10C0, 10C1, 10C2, and last one is 10C3. Ascending power of x. Therefore, you have to descend the power of the other term starting from its highest power. 2 to the power 9, 2 to the power 8, 2 to the power 7. Then other one is x over 4 to the power 0 ascending, x over 4 to the power 1, x over 4 to the power 2, x over 4 to the power 3. It's continuous, but no need of writing further. So 10C0 is 1, 2 to the power 10 is 1024, Any term to the power 0 is 1. 10C1 is 10. This is 10. 512 times of x over 4. 10C2. 10C2 is 45 into 2 to the power 8 is 256 times of x squared over 16. And 10C3. 120. Its 2 to the power 10 is 128 times of x to the power 3 over 4 to the power 3 is 64. Now I'm going to simplify this. 1024 plus this is 5120 divided by 4. 1280 x. Right. Then next value is 45 into 256 divided by 16, 720 plus 720 x to the power 2. Then the next value is 120 into 128 divided by 64, 240 plus 240 x to the power 3. It continuous, but they need the approximation up to this extent only. Right? That's the answer for part A. Part B, what they refer is use your expansion to find the estimated value for this bit. Then they ask you to use 2.025 to the power 10 using the approximation of 2 plus x over 4 to the power 10. Both the powers are same, therefore you can equate the terms. 2.025 is equal to 2 plus x over 4. If you just work out, you'll understand that x equals to 0.2 and 2 get cancelled. 0.25 into 4 is 1. Then what you need to do is, then you can substitute this 0.1 into this expansion to get the approximated answer for this. Then you can write 2.025 to the power 10 is approximately similar to this value. 24 plus 1280 times of 0.1 plus 720 times of 0.1 squared plus 240 times of 0.1 to the power 3. Then we can get this answer. 1024 plus 1280 times of 0.1 plus 720 times of and you'll be getting the answer 1159.44. Here also you can use the same technique. We just put the same value into the calculator, this value into the calculator, and you just check whether this answer is obviously similar with that 0.25 to the power 10. We just put into the calculator and see whether our answer is kind of closer. Yeah, it's close actually. The exact answer of 2.025 to the power 10 is 1159.44533. So obviously this is fine. So that is not the problem with that. So you can just proceed with this question. Yeah, over here, this is the proof of SN formula, right? This is sometimes certain students were just tentatively asking how to do this proof. This is a way of doing it. So initially, we just do it this way with the A, Sn, sum of arithmetic. The first term is A. The next term we know that A plus D. The next term we know A plus 2D. The next term we know A plus 3D, so on. It comes with the last term is A plus n minus 1D, the nth term of which arithmetic progression. I'll just make it as 1. Then same progression, I'll just write in the descending order. A plus n minus 1D. The term prior to that is A plus n minus 2D. Like that it goes on. Then here it comes with the a plus d, and the last term is a. Last term is the first term, right? Then what you need to do is you can add 1 plus 2. This is the way of doing it today. Then you get 2 times of Sn is equals to, if you add these terms, you will understand that it's turned up to 2a times of n minus 1d. Then if you add these two, just simplify manually and see whether here also put that answer also 2a plus n minus 1d. Then all of these additions, first term to last term, second term to term prior to that, all of these terms are same thing. Here also the same thing. 2a plus n minus 1d. Then there are, over here, if you just proceed this, there are n times of 2a plus n minus 1d terms are there. Then you can write Sn is equals to n divided by 2. 2a plus n minus 1d would be the answer for that. That's a way of proving this theorem. Okay. Then they mention the part B. Find the sum of integers which is divisible by 7 and lie between 1 to 500, right? Okay. That means they are referring to the first term divisible by 7 from 1 to 500 is 7. Next term is 400. Next term is 21, like that goes on. Now we would see whether what is the term before 500 which is multiplied by 7. So we just 499 divided by 7, see whether it's divisible. No, it's not divisible. 798, that one also not. 797, yeah, so 497 is the last term. Right. Then we would see whether 497 is which term, because when you find the Sn formula, we should know n. For that, we will use un is equals to a plus n minus 1d. Un is 497, a is 7, n minus 1 into de also 7. So 497 is equals to 7 plus 7n minus 7, that is 7n equals to 497. With that you can say n is 71. So there are 71 terms over here. So we need to find what is S71. So you can write 71 divided by 2. 2 times of a is 7 plus 71 minus 1, n minus 1, dd also 7. With this you can get this answer. We'll just check whether 71 divided by 2 and 2 into 4 is 4. Sorry. Into 2 into 7 is 14 plus 71 minus 1 is 70 into 7 is 490. With that you get the answer 17,892 would be the final answer for this. Right. Okay. So this is another important question where most of the students were struggling how to do this question in a proper manner. The simple idea is a logarithmic equation. There are some constant terms joined with the logarithmic terms. The best way of simplifying this is bring all the logarithm terms to one side. Just write it. This is, you can say 2 log 4 2x plus 3 minus log 4x minus log 4 2x minus 1 is equals to 1. Then simplify this using the logarithmic rules. Log 4, this 2 you can take it in as a power. These subtractions you can write it as a division. X times of 2x minus 1 is equals to 1. Then there is a logarithmic rule. To simplify this, we know log AB equals to k. You can write b equals to a to the power k. Therefore, you can write this term is equals to 4 to the power 1. 4 to the power 1 is equals to this. So I'm using the same technique over here. 2x plus 3 all things squared divided by x times of 2x minus 1 is equals to 4 to the power 1. Now let's see how to do this question. Then I'll expand it. 4x squared plus 12x plus 9 is equals to 4 times of, if we expand it, just cross multiply over here, 4 times of 2x squared minus x. So with that, 4x squared plus 12x plus 9 is equals to 8x squared minus 4x. Then bring all the terms to one side. 8x squared minus 4x minus 4x squared minus 12x minus 9 is equals to 0. With that, you can write from these two, 4x squared minus 4 minus 12 is minus 16x minus 9. So it's pretty simply, you can get it. Then part B is a continuation of this. Solve this one. So solve means solving this equation means we are solving this quadratic equation. Equals to 0. So with that you can say x is equals to minus 16 plus or minus b squared minus 16 squared minus 4a is 4 and c is minus 9 divided by 2a, 2 into 4. With this you can write the answers for x. We'll just do this. You'll be getting the answers 4 minus 16 and minus 9. One answer is 9 over 2 and the other answer is minus 1 over 2. Now, why it's just a restriction over here, they mention x is greater than half. Therefore, this is not existing. This would be the final answer. So you have to mark what is the correct answer. So that right answer is x equals to 9 over 2. That's a way of writing this answer. We now happen to see an equation of a circle. Basically, what are the information where we can get it? We know that if the circle is with center AB and if the radius is R, the equation of the circle you can write x squared plus y squared minus 2ax minus 2by plus a squared plus b squared minus r squared equals to 0. If you remember this formula, not a problem, you can get these answers much easily. From the first way, you can write minus 2a equals to 10. Therefore, a equals to minus 5. Minus 2b equals to minus 6. Therefore, this is equals to 3. From you can get the center C. Sorry, center of just center. And the radius, you can say this is 18 equals to a squared. A squared is minus 5 squared is 25. Plus b squared, 3 squared is 9 minus r squared. With this you can say r squared is equals to 18 minus 25 minus 9, that is minus r squared. So the r squared equals to 16. With that you can say r is equals to 4. It's the first method of doing this question. Within a couple of minutes, you can get this answer if you're familiar with this formula. How does this formula came? You expand x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals to r squared. If it is not, the second alternative method, get this equation and make them into complete squares. First isolate 10x plus y squared minus 6y plus 18 is equals to 0. With this you can write, take the half of this plus 5, x plus 5 squared minus 5 squared is 25. Plus take the half of it is minus 3, y minus 3 squared minus square of minus 3 is 9 plus 18 is equals to 0. With that you can write x plus 5 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals to 16. From here you can get the center is 5 minus 5 and 3 and the radius r squared is 16. With that you can find r equals to 4. Right? Okay. Then they mention, now you know that there is circle. Initially just draw a circle and mark this information. Center is minus 5, 3. Right. Then let's see what they used to say in the question part B. sorry, part C. I'm just, from here you can get the answer for part A and B, C. Already found the answer over here. The point C meets the line of y equals to, x equals to minus 3 at 2 points. Find the exact value of the coordinates of 2 points, giving your answer as the third answer. So it means x equals to minus 3 means you have to solve equation of the circle and the x equals to minus 3 as a simultaneous equation. That means you can see when the C meets the equation of x equals to minus 3, x coordinate is minus 3 over here. So simply they mention here it's meet with x equals to minus 3, put it just like this kind of a graph. It's here, like, so over here, both of the points x equals to minus 3. Therefore, I can put minus 3 over here because x is minus 3 plus y squared plus 10 times of minus 3 plus 6y, sorry, minus 6y plus 18 is equals to 0. So it's turned up to 9 plus y squared minus 30 minus 6y plus 18 is equals to 0. With this, y squared minus 6y, 9 minus 30 is minus 21. Minus 21 plus 18 is minus 3 is equals to 0. They mentioned that give an answer in the simplified third. So this is not factorized. Definitely you have to find from the third answer y equals to minus minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Then y equals to 6 plus or minus square root of 36. This is minus 48 divided by 2. So square root of 48 is 4 root 3. Y equals to 6 plus or minus 4 root 3 divided by 2. Therefore, y equals to 3 plus or minus 2 root 3. Sorry, 2 root 3. With this, you can say x coordinate is minus 3. It's minus 3 comma 3 plus 2 root 3 is a one solution. Minus 3 comma 3 minus 2 root 3 is the other solution. That's a way of getting this answer. Yes, Pate. Right. When you come up with this question, here the sequence is defined by u1 is k, un plus 1 is 3 terms of un minus 2. This is a recurrence relationship. Try to answer to get the simplification of u2, u3, and u4. Then you can write u2. This is a relationship. If this is 2u2, you can write this is 3 times of u1 minus 12. u1 we already given as k. Therefore, you can say 3k minus 12. Then if you need to find u3, just that is 3 times of u2 minus 12. If this is 3, this is turned up to 2. 3 times of u2, we know that 3k minus 12. Minus 12 is turned up to 9k minus 36 minus 12 is minus 48. Then u4 is equal to 3 times of u3 minus 12. That is 3 times of u3 is 9k minus 48 minus 12. It's turned up to 27k minus 48 into 3 is minus 144 minus 12. It's minus 156. That's the answer for that. Then they mention that part B, U4 is 15. Therefore, you can write 27K minus 156 equals to 15. With this, you can find the value for K. So then it should be 15 plus 156 divided by 27. It's turned up to 19 over 3. Let me see whether this answer is correct. 1 second. The first term is K. 3K minus 12. It's 9K minus 12 minus 12 is 9K minus 36 minus 12 is 9K minus 48. 3U minus 12 is 3 times of 27K minus 144 minus 12 is minus 156. Yeah, that's great. Then I mentioned this equals to 15. Q4 is 15. You get 15 plus 156. It's 171 divided by 27. Yeah, it's 19 over 3. Can't help with that. Then they mentioned Pute, summation of 1 to 4, U1, as an exact numerical answer, C. Then you can write first 4 terms, U1 is K, second term is 3K minus 12, the next term is 9K minus 48, and the last term is 27K minus 156. So you can manually add them together. 4, 14, 14 plus 27, that is 41K. 41K minus 12 minus 48 minus 12 minus 48 minus 156, that is minus 260. Then we already know the K value is 19 over 3. That right? 41 into 19 over 3 minus 260. 41 into...
Sir, I think that is 40K, sir.
This is 40K. Just 1 second. 4.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's 40K. Exactly. Yes. This is 40K. Yes. Thank you. Then it's 40 into 19 over 3 minus 216. It's 112 over 13. 112 over, sorry, 3. It would be the final answer for that. Then when you come up with this question, figure 3 shows point A, B are centers of 2 circles of C1 and C2 respectively. The radius of C1 is 10. That means you can mark, I just make it a bit of large, then it's easier for me to mark this information. This is 10. And this one also 10. Right. Then C2 has a radius of 5. This one also 5. Right. The circle intersected point X and Y over here and here, and this point and this point is given. Okay. Given that the distance between the centers of the circle is 12. So this length is 12. Right. Calculate the size of the acute angle XAB, this part of it. So simply you can, you know that if you know 3 sides and 1 angle, you can use a cosine rule. So you can use, I will use the formula cos A is equals to B squared plus C squared minus A squared divided by 2BC. But if you're familiar with A squared equals to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A, you can use it, doesn't matter, right? Only important point is you have to mention, you have to consider the A as a side opposite to the angle. Other two can be changed, it's not a problem at all. So you can write cos XAB is equals to B squared is, I'll just get 10 squared plus 12 squared minus 5 squared divided by 2 times of 10 into 12. With this you can write XAB is equals to cos inverse of, I'll just simplify this for the fraction, 10 squared plus 12 squared minus 5 squared divided by 2 into 10 into 12. It is 73 over 80. 73 over 80. With this value, they need the angle in radians. So make sure your calculator operated in radian format. So you can write cos inverse of this answer. So you'll be getting the answer as 0.42. 421 radians. That's how we will get it. Then the next part is we need to find the area of the major arc sector C1 shown shaded in figure. Then over here, this part is 0.421. And we know that there's a symmetry, this part also 0.421. Then we need this angle. We know that whole angle is 2 pi. 2 pi minus 2 times of 0.421 would be the angle for that. We'll just work out and see whether what would be this angle. 2 pi minus 2 into 0.421. That is 5.44. 5.44. Then we can find out the area. Area of arc sector you can find by the formula half r square theta. That is half into radius of that circle is 10. 10 squared into theta. Theta is the value what you get again over here. It was 5.441. 5.441. Yeah, so just work out into. So you'll be getting the answer. Area become 272.06. That's the answer for that, centimeter squared. Because here the radius is given centimeters, you can find it. Then you find the area of the kite AYBX. AYBX. So you know this angle, but then these two sides, then you can find the area of this triangle. Area of the triangle of AXB. So you can write this way. Area of AYBX is equals to area of AXB into 2. That is half. You can write AB 12 into 10 into sine of this value. We already found the value for this angle, 0.421. From here you can get this answer. So, sorry, sine 0.421 into 60, that is 24.52. Square centimeters would be the final answer for that. That's the way of doing this question. I have marked all the information in the diagram as well. Right. Over here, they have given where fx is given some kind of a cubic function where I am with a constant. We need to find a and b for this question. They mention fx is divided by x plus 1, there's no remainder. That means if you put f minus 1, that means x plus 1 equals to 0, means you put minus 1, answer is 0. That is coming under the remainder theorem or the factor theorem. Not remainder, it's a factor. Therefore, if you substitute minus 1, answer should be 0. So you can put 6 into minus 1 cube plus a into minus 1 squared plus b into minus 1 minus 5 is equals to 0. It is minus 6 plus a minus b minus 5 is equals to 0. A minus b is equals to 11. That first equation. Then they mention if fx is divisible by x plus 2x minus 1, the remainder is 50. That means, if you put f 1 over 2, answer is minus 50. That, how do you get this 1 over 2? 2x minus 1 equals to 0. Right. Then we'll just do it and see whether 6 times of half to the power 3 plus a times of half to the power 2 plus b times of half minus 5 is equals to 0. Then you can write 6 times of half to the power 3 is 3 over 4 plus a over 4 plus b over 2 minus 5 is equals to 0. From here you can write a over 4 plus b over 2 is equals to 17 over 4. This is my second equation. Now let's try to solve these equations as simultaneous equation. There you get the answers. A is 1 minus 1 and 11, and this is 4, and this is you get the answer. A equals to 13 and b equals to 12. Then you can see these are the answers for a and b. Factorize fx completely. Now you can understand that now this equation turn up into fx is equals to 6x cubed plus 13x squared plus 2x minus 5. Then how do you find the answer for how to factorize it today? So what you need to do is initially it's given that x plus 1 is a factor. Then as the first step, I just divide this x cube because we know x plus 1 is a factor, and just by dividing 6x cube plus 13x squared plus 2x minus 5 by x plus 1, I just try to simplify this into a quadratic equation.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, for f is half, the number should be minus 15, right, sir?
So 1 second. The question says it's minus 15. Yani. So 1 second. Yeah. It's not 0. It's turned up to minus 15. So then put the I think then the answer would be kind of differs. 1 second. Then this one also minus 15. It's 15, therefore it's turned up to 3 over 4. Sorry. Just 1 second, put it. Just 30 minute mistake. 3 over 4 and minus 5. Minus 5 is minus 17 over 4. It is 17 over 4 minus 15. It's turned up minus 43 over. Minus 43 over 4. Minus 43 over 4. Let's do this and see. Then it is 1 minus 1 and 11. And this is 1 over 4 and 1 over 2 and minus 43 over 4. Sorry, this is minus 7 for that. Minus 7 and the next one is minus 18. Minus 18. So it's turned up to, just do the corrections over here. Yeah, so this is minus 7x and minus 18. Minus 7 minus 18. That's how it comes. Let's do it and see. Then see whether how many x cube for x, how many x terms for x cube is 6x squared. If you expand it, 6x cube plus 6x squared. If you subtract it, it's turned up to minus 13x squared. Take the next term down. It's minus 13x. It's minus 13x squared minus 13x. It's turned up to minus 5x minus 5. It's minus 5 minus 5x minus 1. Answer is 0. Then you can see now the fx is factorized into two formats. Fx factorized into x plus 1 into 6x squared minus 13x minus 5. Now check whether is this factorized further. So you can use the calculator and make sure after that you can do the manual factorizing for that. I just put it 6 minus 13 and minus 5. Then you get two answers. One answer you get x equals to 5 over 2. Other answer is x equals to minus 1 over 3. So from here you can write 2x equals to 5 and 3x equals to minus 1. So you can write 2x plus 5, sorry, 2x minus 5 this side and 3x plus 1 this side. Then you can write this is x plus 1, 2x minus 5 and 3x plus 1, and you can finish it off the answer, or you can do the manual factorizing and can obtain this answer. That's a way of doing this kind of a question. Write down the exact coordinate. So this is just kind of a sine x minus 60 from minus 360 to plus 60 already drawn. Write down the exact coordinates. The point of the C means a coordinate axis. We know that if you just draw the sine graph, it's like this, no? So here it's 0, 90, 180, 270, 360, like it goes on. Then what happened here, when you turn up to x minus 60, all the coordinates are shift by 60 to the positive side. 60 to the positive side. So this 0 point turn up into 60. Here this is 90 turn up to 150 and this is 180. This 180 turn up to 240. This is 240. Then over here, This is over here, if you go over here, it's minus 180. Minus 180 turned to from 60 to the positive side is minus 120. And this is minus 360. It's minus 300. Then we need to find this coordinate. How do you find this coordinate? In this equation, intersection of the y-axis means x is equals to 0. If you make x equals to 0, so I just make it as at a, x is equals to 0. That means y equals to sine minus 60. Sine minus 60 is minus root 3 over 2. So here the x coordinate is 0 and y coordinate is minus root 3 over 2. That's a factor to get it. Then they mention solve 4 times of sine x minus 60 equals to root 6 minus root 2. Show the each stage of your working. Let's see how to do this question. This is not a that hard question. So you can say this is sine x minus 60. I can bring this 4 to other side. Root 6 minus root 2. Then you can write x minus 60. So this is the way of doing it. Just an easier way of doing this. So you can say x range is minus 360 to plus 360. Then I will get this x minus 60 as a letter, just like a or something. Therefore, I have to rearrange this range over here. What you need to do is subtract minus 60 from both sides. So this turn up to 300 and this is turn up to minus 420. Right. Then you can write the range for A is 300 to minus 420. Then when you're finding the solutions for A, for this range, obviously the answers for X will fall into this range. It does not make any doubt. So you can write, this is 4 sine A equals to root 6 minus root 2. Then you can write sine A is equals to root 6 minus root 2 divided by 4. Therefore, A equals to sine inverse of this answer. Root 6 minus root 2 divided by 4. Root 6 minus root 2 divided by 4. That is 15 today. The first angle is 15. Then for the second angle, we can find the later on the rest of the solutions. The second angle, you can find it by, this is for sine 180 minus theta. So the second angle is 165. Then again, we cannot go ahead with 360 plus because the answer is stopping from 360. Then for the negative range, we can find it by A3 is 360 into minus 1 plus the first angle. That is minus 315, A3. Then A4. 360 into minus 1 plus the second angle, 165. Minus 195. Minus 195. Then we will see whether up to 420 some kind of angle comes. If you work out for the 360 into minus 2 angle, we will see whether we can find some solution over here. A5 is 360 into minus 2 plus 15. 720, it's not there. A6 is 360 into minus 2 plus 165. Just let's see whether. And it's also not there. So this is only the answers. Then we now need to find the solutions for A. We need to find the solutions for X. So from here you can write X minus 60. So this is out. Yeah, this is within the ranges. Equals to 15. Therefore, X equals to minus 75. Sorry, plus 75. Then over here, X minus 60 equals to 165. Then X is equals to 225. So it's obviously it's false, not a problem. Then X minus 60 equals to minus 315. Then X equals to minus 315 plus 60. Minus 255. And over here, X minus 60 is equals to minus 195. So X is equals to minus 195 plus 60 minus 135. These are the solutions for this kind of a quadratic equation. Sorry, this kind of a trigonometric function. Right. So the year 2016 to this speed, the profit is expected to increase by 10%. The increase by 10% means if the initial amount is 100, increase by 10, turn up to 110. So the common ratio turn up to 110 divided by 1 is 1.1. Right. They have given over here. Show that the difference between the expected profit for 2020 and the expected profit in 2020-21. The difference between these two is this bit. So, so now we need to find out what is the term for 2020 today. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. U5 minus U6. U5, how to find U5 today? The first term is 275,000 into R, 1.1 to the power 5 minus 1 is 4, minus 275,000 into 1.1 to the power 6 minus 1 is 5. You can do it the other way around. Anyway, I just make it, but anyway, we have to find the difference. 275,000 into 1.1 to the power 5, sorry, 4. Sorry, then I can add minus 4. 4 even doesn't make a difference. 4, sorry, 4. So you get the answer this bit. 40,262. 40,262, roughly, you can say it's 40,300. Right. Part B. Find the first year for which the expected yearly profit is more than 1 million pounds. That is UN is exceeding 1 million, means 10 to the power 6. Right. We can work out UN 275,000 times of R is 1.1 to the power n minus 1 is greater than 10 to the power 6. 1 million, I just studied as power form, it's easier for me to write it. That's why I'm writing it, other than that you get 160 zeros. 10 to the power 6 divided by 275,000. Right. Then to solve this fact, what you need to do is use the logarithm. Log 10, 1.1 n minus 1 is greater than log 10 this bit. 10 to the power 6 divided by 275,000. Then you can write n minus 1 is greater than log 10, 10 to the power 6 over 275,000 divided by log 10, 1.1. So nothing to worry here. The side of the equation does not change just because log 10, 1.1 is not negative value. Right. So you can write log 10 to the power 6 divided by 275. 206 feet divided by log 1.1. It's turned up to 141.57. 141. It's too large. Log 10 to the power 6 divided by 275,000 is 0.56 divided by log 1.1. 13.54, sorry. This is 13.54. Then what we can understand is today, n is greater than 14.54. So therefore, n is equal to 15. At the 15th term only, or the 15th year only, this happens. Find the first year. So it's starting from 2016, that is 15 years gone means 2031, sorry, with the answer for that. Then the next part, what we need to find is, find the total expected profit from 2016 to 2026, inclusive of that. So let's see how many years were there. 16, 17, 18, 9, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Sum of 11 terms. S11 is A R to the power n 11 minus 1 over R minus 1. From here, you can get the final answer for that. 275,000 to the power 1.1 to the power 11 minus 1 divided by 0.1. That is this bit. 5096070. That would be the final answer for that. Yeah, that's the way to do this. Then, sorry, they ask you the closest 100 pounds. So you can write this is 5096,100. That's the closest answer for that. That's the way of doing this question. Right. When you do this question, the curve C has an equation of this 3x squared minus 4x plus 2. The line L1 is normal to the curve at 0.11. Show that the line L1 the equation of this. To find the equation to a curve, initially we can find dy by dx. If you differentiate it, it's turned up to 6x minus 4. Then we can find the gradient at 1, 1. So the gradient of the curve become 6 times of 1 minus 4 is 2. Now this is the gradient of the curve. Then we know that curve and the normal are perpendicular to each other. Is minus 1, therefore 2 into gradient of normal is minus 1. So the gradient of the normal become minus 1 over 2. Now we know the gradient. Then we can put y minus y naught equals to gradient times of x minus x naught. That is y minus y naught is this because it's passing through 1 minus 1 over 2. X minus x naught is this 1. If you simplify this, you can get this answer. If you simplify and see, you get 2y plus x minus 3 is equals to 0. Just multiply everything with 2 and just take all the terms to one side. You're getting this answer. The line L1 meet the curve again at point Q. By solving simultaneous equation, find this value. So what you need to do is, for part B, you have to solve y equals to 3x squared minus 4x plus 2 is my first equation. X plus 2y minus 3 equals to 0, my second equation. We have to solve these two. This is a way of doing this. So I just subject from 2, I just subject y with it. 2y equals to 3 minus x. Therefore, y is equals to 3 minus x divided by 2. Yeah. Oh, other than that, yeah, that's fine. Okay, not a problem. Right. We just put it here with it. Then you can write 3 minus x divided by 2 from this equation, substitute it in 1, sub in 1, equals to 3x squared minus 4x plus 2. Then multiply everything with 2. 3 minus x equals to 6x squared minus 8x plus 4. If you take all the terms to one side, 6x squared minus 7x minus 1 equals to 0. Then you get these answers for x with it. We just do this. Yes. So you have to do it manually. I just use it to show how it comes. That x equals, sorry, minus 6, minus 7, minus 1. Let me see whether have we done any mistake over here. 6x squared minus 7x plus 1. The one coordinate is 1. That is the point. Nothing to worry with that. That is point P. This is point P, and the other one is 1 over 6. So this is the point Q we are talking about. Right. Then we can find. So you can say it's what do you call that? It's an intersecting. It's an intersection between these two curves. So these coordinates should satisfy any of these two ones. So you can write from 2. X is 1 over 6 plus 2y minus 3 is equals to 0. Therefore, 2y equals to minus 3 plus 1 over 6. 1 over 6 divided by 2 minus 17 over 12. Y equals to minus 17 over 12. So the coordinate become 1 over 6 comma minus 17 over 12. That's the answer for that. Then they mention another line L2 has an equation kx plus 2y minus 3 equals to 0 where K is a constant. Show that line L2 meet the curve. Only curve C only once, only when K this satisfy this condition. Right. To do this question, again we have to solve them as simultaneous equations. The equation is y equals to 3x squared minus 4x plus 2. The second one is kx plus 2y minus 3 is equals to 0. Then we'll just do like this. I'll just write 2y equals to 3 minus kx. Y equals to 3 minus kx over 2. Then I'll substitute t over here. You can write 3 minus kx over 2 is equals to 3x squared minus 4x plus 2. That is 3 minus kx equals to 6x squared minus 8x plus 4. If you take all the terms to one side, 6x squared plus k minus 8x plus 1 equals to 0. Now they mention it meets only once. That means only one intersection there means only one solution. For a quadratic equation, one solution means we know the test of discriminant b squared minus 4ac should be equals to 0. That means k minus 8 squared minus 4 into 6 into 1 is equals to 0. If you simplify this, you get the answer k squared minus 16k plus 64 minus 24 is equals to 0. K squared minus 16k plus 40 is equals to 0. I think that is what they want to show. Yeah, hence find the value for k1. So what you need to do is simplify this and obtain the answer for k. So I just do it here. That is the answer for part D. You can solve this. K squared minus 16k plus 40 is equals to 0. If you solve this, you will receive the answers 1 minus 16 and 40. Find the two exact values of k. So one answer is k equals to 8 minus 2 root 6. Other one is k equals to 8 plus 2 root 6. Yeah, those are the two solutions for that. That's a way of getting this. Yeah.
Sir, your mic is muted, sir.
Okay. Yeah, only the format we know is this bit, cos x equals to 0. I just bring, I will divide everything by cos x. Then I can make tan x over here. 3 sin x over cos x plus 7 cos x over cos x. 0 divided by is nothing. So it's turned up to 3 tan x plus 7 is equals to 0. Therefore, you get tan x equals to minus 7 over 3. Then if I write x equals to tan inverse of minus 7 over 3. Initially make sure with the calculator is in proper format, degree format, because the final angle is given in degrees. So tan inverse minus 7 over 3. The first angle is minus 66.8. Doesn't matter, it's not in the range. You just start with the question. Then the second angle you can find by, for this is for tan 180 plus the first angle minus 66.8. So the second value is 180 plus answer 113.2. Then the third value is 360 into 1 plus the first angle. It is 293.2. Sorry, yeah, 2. Then the values which is available in the range is only these two. So therefore you can write the answers would be 113.2 and 293.2. These are the two solutions over here. Then the next part of the question is here, they request you answer in form of radian. So at the beginning of this question, change your calculator in radian mode. And we just get it 10 cos square theta plus cos theta equals to 11 sine square theta minus 9. While keeping sine and cos both, you can't do it. So the best option is you can convert the sine square to cos squared by 1 minus cos square theta minus 9. Then if you simplify, 10 cos square theta plus cos theta equals to 11 minus 11 cos square theta minus 9. So if you bring all the terms to one side, it's turned up to 21 cos squared theta plus cos theta minus 2 is equals to 0. Yeah, then we can get the answers for cos theta. (21), 1 and minus 2. You get one answer 2 over 7 and the other answer is minus 1 over 3. So we can find theta is equals to cos inverse 2 over 7. Then the first angle is, change your calculator in radian mode 4. And basically when you start with this, you have to understand that 0 to 2 pi. Angle should be 0 to 2 pi means roughly 6.28. You need to find the angle within this range. Right, so you can say cos inverse 2 over 7, 1.28. It's the first part of it. Second part is 2 pi minus 1.28. 5 point, it's just exactly 5. Theta 2 is 5.00. From here, theta equals to cos inverse of minus 1 over 3. Theta 1 is 1.91. Then the theta 2 would be 2 pi minus 1.91. 4.37. So these are the solutions. All these values are within the range. That's a way of doing this question today. Yeah. Okay, but here initially part A, I'll just do it here to save the space. If you differentiate it with it, dy by dx is x cube differentiation is 3x squared. Then this is plus 10 into 3 over 2 is 15 x to the power 1 over 2 plus k. This is the first differentiation answer. The point P on a curve with a minimum point, given that the x coordinate of P is 4. Therefore, you can say at part B, you have to find the value for k at x equals to 4, dy by dx is equals to 0. Then you can write 3 times of 4 squared plus 15 times of 4 into the power half plus k is equals to 0. Then if you just do this, 16 into 3 is 48 plus 30 plus k is equals to 0. There k equals to minus 78. Simply you get this answer. Then they mention the line through point P parallel to the x-axis, the cut the y-axis at point N over here. To find the region R as shown in figure 5 bounded by C. So you have to find the region R. So what you need to do is put it. Initially we know that here the x coordinate is how much? X coordinate is 4. Then if you substitute over here, you can get the y coordinate. When x equals to 4, if you want to find the y coordinate, 4 to the power 3 minus, plus 10 times of 4 to the power 3 over 2. Here the k value is minus 78 times of 4. Let me see what is the answer over here. 4 to the power 3 is 64 plus 10 times of it's 80 minus 78 into 4. You get the answer minus 168. Then this is minus 168 means this height is minus 168, this height. And this length is how much? It's 4. Therefore, I can find the area of this rectangle. To answer this question, initially I just try to find out this area of this rectangle over here. That rectangle is 4 and this is 168. When you find in the area, no need of considering the negative. 168 into 4. That area is 672 units. Right. Then out of this area, we need to remove this part of it. Then only you get the required area over here. How do you find this area today? This part of the area, you can find it by integrating this curve from where to where? 0 to 4. 0 to 4, the integration of this. X cube plus 10 x to the power 3 over 2 minus 78 x. So if you just do this, I'll just do it here. X to the power 4 over 4 plus 10 x to the power 5 over 2 over 5 over 2 minus 78 x to the power 2 over 2 from 0 to 4. If you just do this, you get the area. You have to do it manually and get the answer. I'm just doing it using the calculator, but anyway, you have to do it manually and get this answer. Then you'll be getting the answer as area over here would be 432. So when you're getting this answer, you get a negative answer. The reason is that obviously this is below x-axis. Therefore, you can find the total area R. Sorry, R is 672 minus 432, right? It's done up to 672 minus 432. 240, sorry. Area should be 240 units. That's the way of getting this answer.